Hey guys, Andrew here and welcome to another episode of 3 Laps 3 Topics, Series 3, Episode 19. And today we're going to talk the German Grand Prix, which took place this weekend at Hockenheim. And just off the bat, I really want to make a point on this, because there's been a few rumours that Hockenheim might disappear off the calendar recently, that the German Grand Prix might go to the Nürburgring full time, now that the future of that track seems a little bit more stable. I really hope it doesn't, whether it's still this alternating year on year arrangement that they have, or having both tracks on the calendar, which is what I would like to see. I really hope Hockenheim doesn't disappear, because I think once again we saw that it's one of those tracks, and I think it's a bit underrated on this really, it's one of those tracks that really produces good, competitive and exciting racing for the fans. So I just wanted to make that point before we really got into the video. I thought I'd start by looking at the more eventful bits of the race where we saw contact with various drivers up and down the field. We'll kick off with Massa Magnussen. For me, this you can't really put any blame on either driver. Both drivers are unsighted coming around either side of Bottas. Bottas doesn't do anything wrong at all, and I think it was just an accident really. I know Massa said the young drivers need to calm down. I think that's part and parcel of young drivers being on the grid. They're less experienced, they're going to make more mistakes, but I've not seen Magnussen get any penalties for it, and I think that's the right decision. I think it would be really harsh. There's not really anywhere he could have gone. As I say, no one was really at fault. Overall, I think the stewards made some good decisions, better decisions than they did at Silverstone last weekend. In previous rounds we could have seen penalties for Hamilton or Vettel, and for me Vettel's move on the two Ferraris was maybe just over borderline. He was squeezing the two of them a little bit there, but nobody came off massively worse for me. I think that's something that we've seen too much over the last few years. Drivers making contacts, nobody really losing out, but a penalty still being unnecessarily handed out. So yeah, I was pleased to see that. Moving on to my award for driver of the day, which I like to do for each race. Quite a few contenders for this, and I'm really not sure who to go with. Or wasn't sure who to go with. Rosberg, great drive again. I know it looked very easy for him, and he said it was very easy for him. But you've still got to be able to take those chances when they come. And I know it's something Michael Schumacher was very good at back in the day. So he was definitely up there for contender of driver of the day. Lewis probably would have taken it for me if he hadn't hit Button. I can understand why he's gone for that. I've been in that situation on the racetrack itself, where you think someone's letting you through, they think you've seen you, and then they just turn in you. Once again, no fault on either driver there in the Button-Hamilton incident. Bottas, again, another really strong drive for him in second place. Once again, you've got to take those chances when they come. Alonso, I think Alonso really, once again, is getting that Ferrari a lot higher than he really should be. But in fact, my driver of the day, and it's my series so I can do what I want with it, isn't actually a driver at all. It's the Marshals. I thought the Marshals were absolutely fantastic at the Hockenheim this weekend. They were tested several times. The start line incident, Dippy Subtle messing up and stalling in the middle of the road. And although I can appreciate what Lewis Hamilton was saying about really there should have been a safety car there, and I was very surprised. I watched the BBC highlights when I saw that happen. It's like, oh, a safety car is going to come out here. I was very surprised to see that they didn't. The speed at which the Marshals and the efficiency with how they did their work was very impressive, and I don't think Marshals are praised enough. So yeah, big tick from me for them, and they win driver of the day. Lastly, I just wanted to highlight the ongoing problems Mercedes are having with their brakes. I think this is a serious problem for them now. It's been under the radar really. I mean, it's it's kind of been hiding in plain sight, but because they've been so dominant and still picking up race victories, it's not really made that big a news story until Hamilton's crash in qualifying this weekend. I suddenly realised over the weekend that's Canada and Austria and now Hockenheim. That's 3 races out of the last 4 where Mercedes have had some form of at least medium brake issue to tolerate, and Hamilton having more of the problems. I wonder, is that because Hamilton tends to be, as a driver, later on the brakes, harder on the brakes, gives them more of a bashing really. But could this be the thing that actually decides the championship between the 2 Mercedes drivers? And is it going to be the thing that's going to open the door for Bottas, Ricciardo, Massa, someone else to win a race before the end of the year? I really think it's something that in the winter break, in the summer break, that Mercedes is going to be really looking at to fix. Well, of course they are, but I think the summer break is going to come at just the right time for them to fix that. How they do at Hungary, though, interesting. It's not the easiest track on brakes, not at all. But what are your thoughts? You tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Click the like button if you've enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, then click that subscribe annotation in the top right hand corner. On the screen is a little link to the trackside report I did from Silverstone testing from a few weeks back. I've been Nudge of the Blade, and I hope to hear from you guys soon.